Brought this in for a close-up. This is my 110 chase machine by Hilti. It's a DC SE20. I absolutely love this chase machine. There's pretty much very little dust that comes out of it. The only downside is it is 110, which is great when you're working on site, but not so great when you're working in people's houses, because it means you've got to have a nice big 110 transformer to carry around. Who just loves carrying that? Not me. I've got this connected up to my festool CTM 26E ACHD with auto clean, and this thing is an absolute must. This combination, absolutely love it. I've always had a festool hoover. I've tried a few other brands. They don't work as well. The filters get clogged up. For me, this is the best combination. I've seen the Metabo chase machine out there. The Metabo one looks good. I like the fact that with the Metabo one as well, you can get that triple blade in the middle, which saves you having to chisel it out afterwards. If I didn't have this, I'd probably give that Metabo a go, if I'm honest with you. But yeah, this is what I've got. On the side I've got a depth gauge. So I'm 10mm in the wall, 20mm. I'm probably going to need, I'm going to go for 30mm to get that in the wall. I'm going to check that by holding that there and seeing if it hits the back, which it doesn't. That should be fine. I might actually go a bit deeper than that. Purely because, guys, as the blades get worn, there we go, that's rubbing on the back now. When I'm moving that in there, the wheels are rubbing on the back, so I know that chase is going to be the same depth as that. One thing you need to be aware of with these is obviously as you use it, these diamond blades get worn down, so you need to allow for that in the chasing. Right, okay, let's get this set up. Move on. So one thing I want to check, I better just check it's still recording. We are still recording, right. 4 minutes to go before we run out of space. One thing I just want to talk about is just one thing I should talk about, it's quite heavy, so rather than trying to push up the wall, which you can, and if you were, I would use my weight in my hip to push that up not with the arms and not with your back, but use your hip to push it up. But if you can, obviously go down with the weight, because then you're using the weight of the machine to push you down. Now the size of the chase that you can chase out when you're going down the brickwork is 20% from memory. I will double check these facts. If you're going left to right, you can't take out as much material because you're weakening the wall. So when I see these guys online showing off their chase machines, you know, that's great, fantastic, you've got a chase machine, you know, happy days. You know, I can't help but feel that our industry, because we're electricians, BS 7671 only talks about electrical regulations, it doesn't talk about building regulations or anything like that, so it doesn't talk about the amount of material that you can take out of a wall. And some of these things get lost in translation, you know, I never knew that. It takes somebody to explain it to you, will tell you about it. If you didn't go, oh yeah, that's true, I never even thought about that. Of course, if you cut halfway across a wall, of course it's going to weaken it up, you know. Oh, taking 50% out of a brick, yeah, actually that is going to weaken it. You know, stupid things, you don't think about it till someone tells you. So if you're chasing vertically, 20% of the wall. If you're chasing across, I think it's a lot less. It's only something like 10%, that's a lot less. So, you know, if your brick's 100 mil deep, you can only take out 10 mil, you're not going to be able to put a bit of conduit in the wall. Again, you've got to be realistic. You know, if you've got a socket here and a socket here and you're only taking out a little bit, it's probably not going to make any difference because the spread of the weight across the bricks is going to be diagonally like this. But if I was going from this socket to the other socket, which is a good 2 meters away, questions need to be asked. You know, would I really do that? I don't think so. I mean, what would be my limit? Depends on the wall, depends on the construction. Again, that key word, engineering judgment. And if you're not sure, ask somebody that does know. Don't just cut it out, because once it's out, you can't change it. Okay, right, let's get that chased out. Check we're still recording, which we are. Let's move this out of the way. Right, so I'm going to finish this off down here with some stitch drilling, and then I'm going to chisel the hole in one go. Got something for this. Drill bit. Another drill. I can see all the dust spreading up. So again, prevention is better than cure. I'm going to bring my hoover over to suck that up as I go. bit better. I just thought I'd stop and explain what's happened. I completely forgot that there's a joist hanger underneath here, so I've kind of had to go off to the side of it. It shouldn't be a problem. It hasn't weakened it in any way. And the other thing that I forgot that I usually do, again, being off the tools for almost a year, this is another reason why I'm doing these videos, is because I'm forgetting processes and things that I used to do, getting them in the wrong order, getting rusty, that's what I'm saying. Before I used to just drill in first, before I chiseled all this out, I would drill in with a 20mm drill bit first, and then drill down, then chisel it out afterwards, because otherwise this is skimming around, it's catching the floor, whereas before doing that it holds it all in place. Cool, right, we're still recording, so let's get that flattened off.